How do you decide who's the right person to give aid or give money? Because the time is of the essence sometimes. Does it come up with stories, with health issues, or for education? How do you decide that?
It is the experience. Second thing, there are certain set of questions I know if I ask, I'll be able to, probably I'll be able to know what that person is. Because human mind is very complex. Okay, there is nothing like, if I ask these questions, this is the answer. It's not a computer. Because there are a lot of emotions, there are a lot of cover-ups, there are a lot of lies, there are a lot of telling, storytelling, many things will be there. But by and large, when I talk to a person and I ask certain questions, I'll be able to know. But it took many years for me to understand that human beings are complex. And even though, when I was young, 20 years, when people like to cheat, telling me, no, I really need, how they put their condition so strongly without even telling the real truth, I used to get upset. But over a period of time I learned why people would like to do that. Because there is an urgency, there is a need. You should not get upset about human emotions, but you should know your limitations. So that helps me a lot to make my decision. Like, somebody comes and sits in front of me, in 10, 12 minutes I should know how much I should give, when I should give, when I should stop. All those things I will realize. For example, giving to an institution, I have a different set of rules. Giving to individuals, I have a different set of rules. And that I exercise with experience. And most of the time we are right, but sometimes they are also wrong. 1 or 2 or maybe 10 cases I may be wrong. In 20 years, 10, 12 cases I may be wrong, because after all I am also human. But by and large, with experience I am able to judge a person.
But your instincts must be good too, because you do look for honesty inside.
Yeah, right? I always tell, okay, you want money, don't lie, tell the real reason. And people think by lying or by manipulating, I will be able to give the help. That's really not true. There is a way to understand why human beings behave. And I want, without getting upset, I said, okay, this much I can do.
One of the most interesting stories that I read about you was when you said you decided to marry your husband. You said he was so honest and he said all the negative things about himself, right?
Actually, everyone used to tell me, my husband was unemployed when I got married to him. I was in those days, relatively a better job. I said, why did you marry him? I said, the honesty is the best policy in life. Because if you are honest, you have only one answer. You don't have to remember.
There's only one truth.
One truth.
Yeah.
So I said, no, here is a man who is so honest, and I'm sure such honest person will be really a great companion.
Then what motivates you?
Poor people motivate me. When I see in general, poor people in my country, I always feel I have a duty towards them. Because I'm a daughter of a doctor, married to an unemployed person, without even thinking that we'll make a lot of money, we'll have a lot of this, nothing. When I believe in this, that when God made us rich, there was a cause. The cause was to help such people in life. And that motivates me in life, that I must work for them. Many people ask me, man, you can really relax now at this age, why do you do? I said, no, when I relax when I do something for others. Because that motivates, keeps me always very steady, very creative, and working hard for them.
Now, talking of, you said unemployed.
Now it's more employed.
So, your husband, Mr. Murthy, often talks about how he took your saving of $10,000, which was
10,000 rupees.
10,000 rupees, right.
Not even 50. That's maybe 800.
10,000 rupees, which was instrumental in founding of Infosys, of course. Now, whereas you were such a trailblazer, gold medalist and engineer, and you took a relatively little bit of a backseat to raise children and to support him. Do you think that if you lived your life again, would you do things differently?
Probably not. Of course, when I took a back seat, for many years it hurt me. Because I was also as competent as he was. And I felt, how can I leave this world, corporate world where I worked Um, but again, my instinct experience felt that it's very important to bring up children in a proper way. And if I had have continued probably as in the industry, I'd have retired as a director of a company probably. But I have this vague faith that when God opens a window, closes a door, closes a window for you, He opens the door. And today, as a chairperson of Infosys Foundation, we have touched lives of many, many people. And that gave me so much pleasure. I really forgot. I said, no, what is the decision was so right. And to be very successful as one person is not that important. To touch many human lives is more important.
Now, you've touched so many human lives, and I have read your wonderful stories about how you traveled in trains and helped people. Is there anybody in particular that you feel that you have touched their life and it has really left an indelible impression in your heart?
Many people, how will I say? Many, many people. So, many institutions, many people have done. Like there's a district in Karnataka by the name Raichur. For the last 18 years we are working there on Devdasi or the old tradition of Devdasi. Today they have converted more or less sex workers. Okay. And 3,000 of them, they live in that district, and we have rehabilitated, and not a single person who is practicing in that community practicing as a sex worker. But it took 18 long years. And I think, I don't know whether I've written about that, may not be published as that. I stand, when they call me for a function, I stand there on the dais. And I'm an extempore speaker, but that day I was not able to speak a single word. Only I had tears.